On today's Wet Mammal episode, we're solo diving New South Wales winter waters to get some lobsters so we can make the world's best lobster roll. Stay tuned for this lobster roll recipe. You guys are going to absolutely love it. There we go, get a look at that.
Good morning, guys. How are we? Bit rude.
Alright guys, Wet Mammal here. Today's episode we're going to make up for the lobster roll that we made in Tasmania. Had a lot of people commenting saying like, oh, you're cooking it all wrong, you need a bigger pot, blah blah blah. Guys, I was travelling, is what it is. But I'm going to make up for that because I'm in New South Wales. So we're going to hopefully go for a dive, get some lobster and do a proper lobster roll. So let's go. It's not every day that you get to put on your wetsuit and have a whole herd of kangaroos watch you become this weird camouflaged beast, but very Australian. Couldn't resist getting these guys on film, especially the little Joey in its mum's pouch. So this dive's all about getting lobsters. I am taking the gun with me, but that's more so to act as a bit of protection. I'm using the Orca torch and we stumble across this. Can you tell me what creature it is before it moves? No, that was a cuttlefish. If you guessed it, good on you. And straight into the dive we come across this lobster, but it's not as it seemed. Unfortunately, it's the carcass of a lobster. Someone's got into that before us. We do manage to find some lobsters in some cracks, but these guys look a little bit small, so we'll keep moving on. I do try and get this Sergeant Baker into my catch bag, but he wasn't having any of it. I'd actually swam over the top of him and he didn't move at all, so I figured I'd try and catch him in my catch bag. Mission failed. Things do get better as I come around the corner and we've got a cray who's in a terrible spot. I'm actually holding the GoPro in one hand and reach for him with the other hand because I snapped the GoPro off its mount whilst putting my head in a cave. I managed to grab the bug and absolutely stoked with him. He's a nice chunky fella and he is gonna be perfect for this lobster roll. But we're not done yet. Let's get some more lobsters. We've made the effort, why not? Got a really cool swim through, lots of swell and current moving through here, and yeah, just really cool to just be at one with the ocean and just kind of get blasted around. It's a good bit of fun. There were quite a few fish around here, and if I was spearfishing on this occasion, there probably would have been better fish. I've included an old clip of me grabbing a cray just because I snapped the GoPro off my mask and wasn't too successful at filming the other crays, but I did manage 2 more crays, so let's just pretend that this is cray number 2 from this dive. Then we encounter this awesome little porcupine fish just fluttering around, protected out of the swelling current, and we'll just leave him be. This is a snook, and this is actually pretty rare to see in New South Wales. Yeah, I've definitely never seen one this far north before. Down near the border of Victoria I have, but not up this far, so that was cool to see. But I'm not spearfishing, I am looking for crays, so we keep working all those cracks, both the horizontal cracks and the vertical cracks, to see if we can find some more crays. This torch is absolutely amazing. The battery life in it is fantastic. Definitely can do for multiple dives on a single charge. It is wicked. As you can see, I'm right up in the wash, and crays love this environment. If they can find a place where they can get out of the wash but they're protected by the wash, they will utilize it, and bingo, we've got crays in here. Blue gropers, and we've got some blind sharks at the back. I can't see any eels, so I'm going to stick my hand in, reach for the back and try and grab this cray. I grab hold of its antenna, and the way that I'm doing so, I make sure that I'm not going to snap its antenna off, and I try working my way down to the base of the antenna where I can grab the antler. But unfortunately this guy was just a bit too deep for me, so we keep on looking. Blue groper, some black drummer in there, plenty of urchin, plenty of abs. This is good ground. I'm upside down at the moment, but we can see that there's lots of nice cracks and ledges and no crays. Interesting. I'm searching a few of my old favourite cracks as well, and they seem to have been replaced with sea urchins, which means that the crays haven't been there for a while, or they haven't come in yet, so we'll check those holes later on in the next couple of weeks. Cool little Port Jackson encounter. We go back to this ledge, and I really hoped that the crays had moved into a position where I could get them. I completely shove my shoulder and body under this crack trying to reach for this cray. I use the torch to try and put light onto the cray's eyes, which they don't really like, to try and get him to move. But unfortunately I just cannot get him to come out at all. And I try with the right hand this time, lying flat on my chest, crawling into the cave as much as I can, and I just can't grab him. So this cray's actually got the better of me. That's alright, I'll be back. Here we've got another cray, which I reach in and grab for. I managed to pull him out, and that was nice and easy, but unfortunately he's undersized, so we will release this little puppy back into the water and he can live to fight another day. So we have a little breathe up. We check some more wash lines along these cracks. We can see lots of urchins. Not a great sign for the crays, but I do manage to stumble across one in a vertical crack. Again, I've included an old video for you guys just so you can see me pull a bug out, so you can see something. This cray is actually pretty similar to the one that I caught, because if he was reddish kind of green, and that's when they've come up from the depths, they're a traveller. Good crays. I actually can't taste too much of a difference between the crays when they're like this, but when they've got a bit of red on them, they do seem to taste a little bit sweeter. But that could just be in my head. What's red is tasty. So I've included this clip to show the importance of diving with a torch. You wouldn't have seen that cray if it wasn't for having a torch, which clearly shows the cray's antenna, and then we can go find the cray. And unfortunately he's got himself a double hole system, and he just disappears right up in there. We'll take a sea urchin. This is really important for our lobster roll recipe, and you might just call it the secret ingredient. So there we have it. We've got our 3 crays for the day, and with that, it's been good diving, but it's time to get out and cook up a storm. Not bad for a little session. This is my first time taking 3 crays on a dive since they updated the laws in New South Wales. I won't do this too often, but we'll do it today.
Mission success. Finally doing some lobster rolls. Can't believe I managed to catch a lobster that was just chilling in broad daylight. Got some tasty ones, size crays in here. That's up for a nice bug. Beauty. Unfortunately they've all suffered damage to their antenna this trip. 1, 2, and is the killer going to get hit on its own? Yes, he will.
And before we get into the lobster recipe, I decided after my dive to chuck the drone up because of it was stellar conditions, not much wind, why not? And I got to see some incredible sights, including seals surfing with dolphins. Ridiculous. Check this. If you're enjoying the video so far, chuck a like, chuck a subscribe, and drop a comment. I absolutely froth it, and it helps us grow as a channel. So we've got our lobster, or one of three. He's a lovely specimen, and that's an Eastern Australian rock lobster, but you could use any kind of lobster. I'm going to teach you how to make the best lobster roll on the planet. I know a lot of you watched the Tasmania video and you saw the lobster roll. We were camping and exploring in a different state. I didn't have the wonders that I've got in my kitchen. So stay tuned for this. It's going to absolutely blow you away. We've got the uni or sea urchin, which is going to come in handy, and you're just going to see why this is the best lobster roll on the planet. I'm not taking any other answer. Let's go. So there we have it. I am so incredibly stoked to get into this. Holy. There we go. Get a look at that. That looks absolutely ridiculous. I haven't got a plate, but I'm going to risk it. Now, I don't want to get all spiritual Spearo on you, but holy, that is the best thing I've ever had. Hands down, it's the best thing I've ever had out of the ocean. Holy, guys, I honestly can't even, like, begin to process that. That is my favourite thing that I've ever cooked. That was it, the ultimate lobster roll. I absolutely enjoyed that. It's insane cook up. Hope you've enjoyed the episode. Like, we got through quite a bit. Incredible experiences, great just being underwater, diving for lobsters. If you can go out and get your own lobsters, I guarantee you they taste 10 times better and they're fresher. They're just, yeah, incredible. I'd love to hear what you guys do with your lobster rolls. Honestly, that is an unbeatable recipe, using the uni from the sea urchin with the butter, added in some capers, caper juice. Oh, it all went off. The only thing that you might want to add is chili, but honestly, I don't think it's needed in this case. And as always, rocking the Wet Mammal merch. We've got the undeniable, the purple, the beaut. We love it. Guys, massive thank you to everyone that supports the channel. Special shout out to the boys that are supporting the channel through membership. And something a little bit different that we're doing, I'm starting to chuck up more links in the description, some affiliate stuff. If you like what I use in the kitchen, it should be in the description. So yeah, check that out and support the merch. Yeah, and we're on the up, so let's continue with consistent videos and some more recipes. If you do like these style videos where there's a bit of diving, a bit of commentary, some drone shots, and then a mean cook up, let us know in the comment section and we'll keep it going if this is the format that you guys roll with. I'm enjoying it, so hopefully you guys are too. I hope you've enjoyed. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, drop a comment, boost that algorithm. Let's go. Until next time, guys, stay wet, stay fed. Catch ya.